Hey, and welcome to another exciting episode of Billy Bunkie, the Science Junkie. In today's episode, we'll be talking about steam turbines, good old bromine number 35, and water splitting. For today's episode, I'll need the science pointer, which points to all science, and this coloring notebook, which I have decorated with science. Now, all today's power plants use steam turbines. Even the most sophisticated nuclear plant and coal furnace makes electricity by boiling water into steam to turn a turbine. Water takes a lot of kilocalories to turn to steam, acquired from radiation or coal fire, and it boils at a high temperature, 100 degrees Celsius, in a normal pressure atmosphere. That's 103 kilopascals for all you non-science folks. The alternative is fuel cells, which have become very cheap and good, but run on chemical energy and not heat. Regular groundwater temperature is about 10 degrees Celsius, or 55 degrees Fahrenheit, because the temperature 8 feet underground everywhere in the world is about 55 degrees, even in Siberia. This is geothermal energy and provides the majority of Earth's caloric heat. This means that the average piece of water needs to be raised about 90 degrees Celsius by coal or radiation to turn into energy. That is a lot. Bromine is a much finer choice for a substance to use in a steam turbine. Bromine boils at only 58 degrees Celsius, so we would only need to heat it by about 50 degrees with coal or radiation to turn it into energy. That is about 45% more efficient than water right off the bat. But we can do better. If we reduce the atmospheric pressure, the bromine or water will boil at a much lower temperature. You could boil water at room temperature if the atmospheric pressure was low enough. Steam engines make energy from elements phase change from gas to liquid to gas. But then after it spins the turbine, the heated gas escapes into the atmosphere and we lose its energy. Examine a Stirling engine in relation to this. If we encapsulated a steam engine and reduced its pressure to 50 kilopascals, Philadelphia is at 40 degrees latitude thereabouts, it would only take a tiny amount of heat, so little fire, to raise the water's temperature enough to boil. We could engineer the engine's pressure to be within a few degrees Celsius of the boiling point, and then add those few degrees from coal or radiation or whatever, and spin the same turbine. Then, since the engine is encapsulated, the liquid bromine with fire goes up through this turbine, condenses here into liquid again, comes down here through this water wheel, back down to there. Energy, energy, peace, love. So little fire. This will probably amount to an 80 to 95% increase in turbine efficiency. Or we could just split water, which has been demonstrated to be 300% efficient. 20 patents exist for this process, and numerous others take advantage of the universal constant. We cannot capture this energy, but we can react with it fruitfully. You may remember from the episode about atomic resonation how everything vibrates. This wave is vibrating at 1 hertz, 1 pulse per second. This is a 1 hertz wave overlaid with a 1.6 hertz wave. Two similar overlapping waves use energy just to exist in the same spot. It's even annoying to view. Look at that. Terrible. Terrible. The Schumann area of Earth runs from the ground to the top of the ionosphere and vibrates at about 8 hertz. So if you run electricity through this area at 8 hertz, you lose almost none of it. But if you run it through at 7 hertz, energy will be lost. This demonstrates the principle of entrainment. And special circuitry will allow you to receive this 8 hertz energy sent through the atmosphere to power equipment without a cord, even your car. So H2O is vibrating. Water vibrates at X hertz. If we run electricity through H2O at X times 1.6 hertz, the H2O will draw that similar wave energy to get away from the 1.6 X hertz energy and turn itself into HHO, or H2O, which vibrate at a different hertz frequency than the vibrating energy. Water elevates itself to a higher frequency using the wave entrainment principle. We get the fruit of the transaction. The water doesn't care. This HHO or H2 can be used to fuel your stuff or to make energy. You may notice that this dog here is vibrating at 35 Hertz. Another option that we can use to make hydrogen is a unique breed of bacterial photosynthesis and certain dogs to make hydrogen as a metabolic byproduct. It has been estimated at newscientist.com that 25,000 kilometers square of desert devoted to this process of dogs would satisfy America's entire fuel demand. Now, the bacterial process is true. The dog process is false. Keep that in mind. Using these methods, H2O to HHO, you can run yourself 300% efficiency. Stanley Meyer, RIP, various Australians. We can end shortage and materialism. We can end shortage-based harsh capitalism. And we can build a new, kinder, efficiency-based socialist democracy. Jesus Christ loves you, so do I. It's far more important than any of this science. It is science. Well, this is Billy Bunkie, the Science Junkie, saying it is now safe to have babies. Thank you, and please inquire within.